Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 will be getting an upcoming DLC pack that features Tomb Raider's Lara Croft, presumably her outfit as it could appear in the long-awaited Tomb Raider sequel. And of course, it's Tomb Raider, which means it can do no right in the eyes of the so-called anti-woke. The first to bite was B, so let's see what exactly he has to say. Thankfully, his video is short, so hopefully he'll get his points across rather quickly. Here we go.
It's kind of funny because on Twitter, a lot of people are comparing Lara's breasts, and they notice the budget cuts from here to here to here.
I know, he's just trying to make a joke.
Like something has gone up. But look, we live in difficult times. Corporations are struggling for money. I understand they need to do budget cuts. What I don't understand, though, is what happened to her face. I mean, this is how Lara Croft used to look like, right? She was ushy-cushy. Was there any problem with this? Unironically, like, she was modeled after the motion capture actor. Was there any problems with this? No?
I don't think Megan Farquhar was the model that Lara's face was inspired from for the 2013 game. She did not do motion capture, they essentially scanned her face and sculpted Lara's face based off of it. It's not like what we're used to seeing now. Camilla Luddington was who did motion capture in addition to Lara's voice.
Then why do we get this?
Okay? It's Lara Croft in Call of Duty. Hooray?
What are we looking at, chat? What is the representation of the game developer's wife? Like, what is this? Why does she look like... Some people say that she looks like she has Down syndrome. I think she looks like she's a man. Like, if you go to an art school and you actually learn how to draw humans, they will say, like, these are the facial features if you want to draw a male character. They're laughing at us now, aren't they? Absolutely are.
So, since we're now in the business of trying to confuse women's facial features with men's, V wants to score brownie points among other influencers. But in all seriousness, what is the problem with her face?
You know what's interesting? The gatekeeping is so strong. Like, I am starting to really love woke people. Like, I sympathize with their power, their strength, how they use it to dominate other human beings. I want that so much. I want to be a progressive so I can inject my will on society. Like, if you say that you want Lara Croft to be beautiful, if you say that you want her to be cute, do you know what you are? A porn addict. Oh, you are addicted into pornography, aren't you? Oh, if you want to masturbate, you need to go somewhere else. This is for decent folk.
I've never once heard this from common sense people. I've come across all kinds of people on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and for the most part, the only people that have these ideas that she is or was once ugly happen to be the ones that claim to be freedom fighters like the Melanin activists. Leftists, from what I have seen, embraced pretty much any iteration of Lara. That's one thing that at least I agree with them on. There's not really much a scale in terms of feminine beauty goes. Of course you need to take good care of your body, but aside from hurdles like that, nothing can really stop a woman from looking like a supermodel if she put on makeup like Lara Croft does.
We play Call of Duty here. We do not delve into sexuality. We just delve into human violence and warfare with fictional characters.
That's all you had to really say. It's a Call of Duty skin. More importantly, it's a skin you can use across 2 different Call of Duty games. This is just like Melanie Mac going off on a tangent on that Lara Croft Weta figure, when that's the way they style each one of their characters.
But unironically, right? Like, these are the shaving tactics. I also love the fact that, like, even if you like a sexy woman, now you're a pervert, alright? Like, you can go on Twitter and you can say that you're a furry, that's fine. You can say that you like Netflix Squiddy, that... Look, everyone has their things. You want a beautiful Lara Croft? Degeneration! This is why the culture is falling. This is what happens to America. It's because of men like you, because of incels, that we notice the downfall of our society. Vote Democrat. No, but like, unironically, this is gatekeeping, right? Like they want to justify this level of abomination of an art.
There is no truth to this. At all. It's an idea that these activists pick up from one another that video games today must not have any visual flaws in them, and every woman has to look like Kim Kardashian or else there's a political reason behind it. It should be a no-brainer that designing 3D characters is not easy. Just because it's 2023 doesn't make it so. This is often a generalization that these bad faith actors make, is that they look at just one picture of the character and they suddenly want to break the pitchforks out, whether it's the woman from the Fable trailer or Tanya from one of the Mortal Kombat 1 trailers, it's one little frame that drives them insane. Well, I can pick out a weird face too. See? Let's politicize high as a kite ridin'. I just destroyed one narrative by making another. This is ridiculous. But there are a number of factors that get in the way of a game's true vision. Hardly ever do we see a game that starts and gets finished with 100% exactly how the higher-ups want it, and that includes how faces and other visuals look. There's no doubt that there are limitations in terms of the game's engine, resources at hand, the skills of the artists, and so on. Another possibility is that the game is still in an early or rough build, and any visual flaws will be addressed at a later point. Injustice 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are two main examples of this. Because there are many women in modern gaming today that look breathtaking. Scarlet Witch from Marvel Midnight Suns has to be one of my favorites. And then there are other examples like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider Reloaded, Dani Rojas from Far Cry 6, and practically many of the women features in Mortal Kombat 1, which coincidentally these activists have gone so silent on.
And just in order to do it, like they want to shut down any criticism. Like anything you say is considered to be evil. You're not wrong, you're evil.
What are you talking about? I have not seen one game developer say this, call fans evil for criticism of a character's appearance. Bad faith actors like to play victim. They want to perpetuate a problem, even though they know the problem doesn't exist, so they make things up out of thin air to justify their arguments. They don't have any proof that Western game developers in general are critical of their audience, but they want to believe it's true and they want me to accept their ideology. There is more demand for these problems than there are for their solutions. There is no use pleasing these people. Just look at the other videos on his channel. First he complains about male characters getting desexualized, then once that theory gets busted, he moved on to another issue as if the first issue never happened.
So they want to shame you into silence. And surprisingly, it's why can't we do this though? Huh? Like why can't we do this? If someone like Steven Universe, I want to be like pedophile. But what? They look like children. I saw porn of them on the internet. That's why you like them. Huh? How would they feel if you did that? Probably not. Rick and Morty, pedophile. Look, Morty is underage. I have seen a lot of disturbing stuff in Rick and Morty. That's why you like it. They probably wouldn't enjoy that, would they? I don't do that. I don't lower myself to their levels. I listen to Michelle Obama. When they go low, I go high. So that's probably why I'm losing. But still, you know how I could improve? I mean, look. If we're going down this route, I will show you how we can improve Lara Croft even further. I can show you how she should appear in the next installment. Wishy-cushy, isn't it?
What? Nothing he said in the past 30 seconds made any sense. What does Steven Universe and Rick and Morty have to do with Lara Croft? Arguments like these are hard to take seriously, but it's still scary since these are influencers who will take things out of context and literally influence others, just like the journalists or game developers they claim are spreading falsehoods. It's one thing to have an opinion, but with this trend of bashing any fictional female character that doesn't look like Jessica Rabbit, it's a witch hunt. They're more interested in seeing products fail rather than accept it for what it is. Lara Croft in Call of Duty isn't even meant to be that thought-provoking in terms of concept. This design is meant to be played on last-gen consoles. Not even Nicki Minaj looks all that great. It's very obvious that her face wasn't scanned the way other characters' faces have been scanned in the single-player campaigns. It doesn't look highly detailed is what I am saying, but perhaps that's good enough for Nicki Minaj fans. But I do think Lara looks fine here. Clearly there's a shadow in her face, but the features along with her outfit at least can help you recognize who this is. Is this how Lara is going to look in the upcoming Tomb Raider game? Well, there have been indications of the outfit, since Lara has also been a skin in Fall Guys. What her face will look like is still up in the air, but for this to be a big concern among influencers is laughable. Lara has had many different faces throughout video games and movies. That's a reality.